Meet Gal and Oren, twin boys. What can we learn about them from this picture taken on their second birthday? We are interested in their language exposure. Here's what we know. Gal and Oren live in London. Their home languages are English and Hebrew. In the neighborhood, people speak English as well as other languages like Urdu. Exposure to Hebrew is supported by the computer, Skype, talking to family in Israel, watching clips and animation on YouTube like Parpar Nechmad. English is a societal language, and they are exposed to it everywhere. At home, Ima speaks Hebrew with them, but English with Mommy and everyone else. Mommy speaks English with some Hebrew words. They get a boost of Hebrew from guests coming from Israel who speak both languages. What is their language like? They are 2-year-old, so they have many words in both languages. They have different words for the same concept in both languages. They're frozen and even some productive combinations in both languages. Mommy, come back. And one of them already uses the plural productively and enjoys it. Traktorim, tractors. They are definitely bilingual. But do they know they speak 2 languages? Do they know who speaks which language? Apparently they do. When Savta comes to visit them from Israel, they ask her to read Mitzpetel. When Nani visits them, they bring her what the ladybug heard. What do we expect them to speak as they grow up in this environment? Which external and internal variables will impact their language development? Will they code switch? Will they be confused? Will they be able to use both languages native-like? Look what happened a year later. Do you notice any changes? They're a year older and not in London anymore. They moved to Israel. They live in Binyamina. At home, they try to keep English only. In the neighborhood, people speak Hebrew as well as other languages like English, French, and Russian. They found many Anglo friends. Exposure to English is supported by the computer, Skype, talking to family in the UK, watching clips and animation on YouTube. Sammy the firefighter, Bob the builder. Hebrew is a societal language, and they are exposed to it everywhere, especially in Gan, their preschool, which they attend now on a daily basis. At home, Ima speaks English with them and with Mommy, but Hebrew with everyone else. Mommy speaks English and tries to learn Hebrew. They get a boost of English from guests coming to Israel who speak English only, and in some afternoon playgroups. But most people speak both languages. What is their language like? They still use both languages, but we see the beginning of a language shift. They have a rich Hebrew lexicon, Ruach Refaim. They speak both languages using complex sentences. They err on inflections, as is typical of their chronological age. They code switch with Ima, but not when speaking to Mommy. They actually translate for Mommy what the ganenet, the preschool teacher, or their friends say. One of them says he doesn't want to speak English anymore. What do we expect them to speak as they grow up in this environment? Which external and internal variables will impact their language development? Let's map together the internal and external variables that impact the language experience and bilingual development.